This year, the theme of Science Day is Future of STI Impacts on Education, Skills, and Work. Science and technology are important parts of our day-to-day life. We get up in the morning from the ringing of our alarm clock and go to bed at night after switching our lights off. All these luxuries that we are able to afford are the resultant of science and technology. Most importantly, how can we do all this in short time are because of the advancement of science and technology only. Indeed, our existence itself depends on it now. Every day, new technologies are coming up which are making human life easier. Thus, we live in an era of science and technology. Before briefing what is meant by science, technology and innovation. Knowledge about the nature world that is based on facts learned through experiments and observations is called as science. The practical application of scientific knowledge, especially in a particular area, is called as technology. The creation, development, and implementation of a new product, process, or service with the aim of improving efficiency is known as innovation. This combination of science, technology, and innovation enable us to live comfortably. First, we shall see the impact of technology on education. Friends, all of us know that today both the teacher and students are using laptops, mobile phones, and internet. Every student and teachers feel confident that they have learned to deal online classes and online exams. Technology has impacted the way things are done and presented in the classroom nowadays. The classroom we have today is quite different from the one we have 5 or 10 years back. Both the students and teachers are taking advantages of digital board and digital classroom. Critical thinking of students have been declined, plagiarism and cheating has been increased. The students are highly dependent on devices. Now let us talk about the impact of technology on skill. Technology in school can be seen as skill producing factor in students as many students focusing on creative presentation and present their knowledge rather than simply listening to the lecture. It helps students in learning things in creative and innovative manner. Technology in future can introduce some important skills like numeracy skills, social emotional skills, and communication skills. Now let us talk briefly about the impact of technology on work. The way we work, how long we work, from where we work, and the efficiency of our work has been greatly influenced by technology. The technology has exponentially increased the rate of production and speed at which business occurs. It creates new job opportunities, but at the same time it eliminates lots of jobs, which leads to stress, frustration, and pressure in people. We are becoming less emotionally attached to human beings. Science, technology, and innovation had a stupendous effect on everything around the world, from education to our lifestyles to healthcare. Everything is immensely dependent on science and technology.
myself, I am Krishna Anna of class 11B, here to present how a periscope works. Periscope works on the principle of law of reflection of light. This is a periscope. It has two openings, one at the up and the other at bottom. When light passes through the upper opening, it reflects through these two mirrors present at the edges and into our eyes, through which we can see our surroundings through the periscope. It has many uses. One of its uses, it is used in submarines. In submarines, we use to see it to measure the distance, how far our enemy is, so that we can attack at the right time.
Sriram Kemnoj of class 11B, and here's my science project. It's a model of a telescope. There are two parts to it. One is the detachable part with the eyepiece. We can use it to change the focus, and here's the other part with the objective lens. And so how this works is that the objective lens here will collect the light, pass it through the pipe, and here where the eyepiece is, it will magnify that light for our eyes to see. Now, depending on the magnification, what part and with how much detail you can see, things will change. And another thing to note would be that the images seen from a telescope will be upside down due to the way how lenses work. And that is basically how a telescope works. Thank you.
Smartphone projector submitted by Chandana TD of 11B. Materials used: cardboard box, magnifying lens, smartphone, and black paint to paint the inside of the box to reduce the light reflection in the box. For projecting, choose the desired photo to be projected. Turn the auto rotate on your phone off and place your phone with the image inverted. Close the lid of your box to reduce reflection. After projection, the image look like this. Principle. The principle behind the working of the projector is that the light rays coming from the phone pass through a magnifying lens, which is a convex lens placed in a certain distance. This creates a bigger projected image. This image is real and inverted. Thank you.
Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do an homemade microscope. For that we need a syringe, a laser and a bottle. So let's go to setup. We had to take a drop of water from the tip of the syringe. After we pass the laser, we can see microbes in that.
Pressure depends on height.
Hi friends, today we are going to do a small experiment on pressure. Pressure is equal at all points at equal height. Let's prove this fact by making simple water fountain. Now, let's see if water would flow with same speed from multiple holes at the same height of a bottle. We are going to put holes at the same height of a bottle. Holes should be of the same size. So you see, we have created 4 holes of same size at the same height of the container. So now we can fill this bottle with water. But before that, let's close the holes. Let's open the holes and this time just observe the flow of water. So here you see that the water is flowing out with the same speed from all holes. Now when we look at the flow of water, we can see there is no difference in pressure. So that it shows that pressure is dependent on heights. So it doesn't matter what the shape of the vessel is. If the height is same, and the pressure would also be the same.
Group members. Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, myself Nisha Gaikwad from 11F. Today I am going to show you a small experiment on the occasion of Science Day. So my experiment name is effect of heat, that is temperature, on density of water. So let's begin. I have put here 2 glasses of water. This is hot water glass and this is cold water glass. So now I am going to do is take a cardboard sheet, place it on the hot water glass, and you have to keep it upside down on the cold water glass. Remember that the hot water glass should be up of the cold water glass. If you put cold water glass on hot water glass, it won't make any difference and it will get mixed with each other. So the result is, you will see that the hot water glass and cold water glass, that means hot water and cold water, doesn't get mixed with each other. So the result is here. You will see that the hot water is upon the cold water and doesn't get mixed with each other. You can look, cold water is downside and hot water is upside. So the reason is the density and the temperature. So if the two bodies, means the two sources, have different density, different temperature, they won't get mixed with each other, won't combine with each other, and this is how these both water forms are separated from each other. So we all know that everything has a science behind it, even our earth and everything in the surrounding has science behind it. So like this, we have an example in our nature. There are two seas which have different temperature and different density, and that is why they don't get mixed with each other, even though they are so close to each other, but they didn't get mixed with each other and shows a difference between them as a color effect or anything else. So this is the seas which are not combined with each other and are separated. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Hi friends, it's me Nari Prakasham with debunked from 12B here to introduce 5 projects based on science. So why waiting? Let's move on to the Okay, the reaction with vinegar and baking soda produces a gas called the CO2. With this, we are going to lift off our Tesla coil. It works on the principle of electromagnetic induction. In 1891, Tesla unveiled one of his most important inventions, the Tesla coil, a high-frequency transformer capable of creating very high voltage and low current. He built several variations of his inventions. Circularly, using the Tesla coil was one of the first generation of transmit to carry wireless telepathy.
You should grow feathers and see this too.
This is also the based on electromagnetic induction due to change in the magnetic field of the first coil, which led to an induced EMF in the second coil that led for the bulb to glow. Simple hydrolysis. As we learned in the 9th and 10th, the simple hydrolysis mean by separation of H2 and O2 from H2O by passing current.
DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid.
DNA is the material that carries all the information about how a living thing will look and function. DNA is found in structure of the cell called chromosome. When DNA works correctly, it helps keep the body functioning properly. Sometimes there are mistakes in DNA. These mistakes are called mutations. They can cause diseases and other problems. DNA has a complex structure. The double helix structure of DNA was first proposed by James Watson and Francis Crick. The two strands are joined together. They form a shape like a ladder that has been twisted into spiral. Chemicals called phosphate and sugar make up the sides of the ladder. DNA also has chemicals called bases, which are adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. The order in which the bases are arranged is very important. It forms a code that tells cells to make certain kinds of protein.
Myths with scientific explanations. Number 1. Lightning never strikes the same place twice. This myth is not only wrong, it is dangerously wrong. Lightning often strikes the same place twice, at least within a close vicinity. Actually, lightning can and often does strike the same place repeatedly, especially if it is a tall and isolated object. For example, Empire State Building. Number 2. Goldfish have a 3 to 7 second memory. Of all the sea creatures, the octopus is probably the smartest, blue whales are biggest, and goldfish neither. Goldfish can learn basic survival skills and remember them for up to 3 months. They can even tell time. They could be push a lever for food at roughly the same time each day. Their 3-month memory is much longer than 7 seconds. Number 3. Ostriches stick their heads in the ground when scared. Ostrich do not bury their head in the sand when scared or frightened. Ostrich dig shallow holes in the sand to serve as nest for their eggs. The ostrich will use its beak several times a day to turn the egg in the nest, creating the illusion of burying its head in the sand. Look like they are trying to hide. Number 4. Bulls become angry at the color red. It's common belief that bulls are angry by the red color in bullfights. But is that really the reason? Do bulls hate the color red? The answer is no. Surprisingly, bulls are colorblind to red. The true reason bulls get irritated in a bullfight is because of the movement of red color cloth. Thank you.